Red Bull Air Force just landing. What a show, Caitlin.
I mean, every time I see them do the tricks in the helicopter, the helicopter's not supposed to do that.
No, it's certainly not. And, you know, as we get ready to wind towards the America's Ambassadors in Blue, the Thunderbirds, you talked about it a little bit with Colonel Saban, but we have some people who know a little bit about what it takes to put on an air show.
Absolutely. So 2 legends here with us at Aviation Nation 2025. We got Mr. Bob Jones. He is the director of Aviation Nation. And Miss Bobby Oates. She is the Air and Space Forces Association National Director of the West. So basically we got the 2 busiest people in all of Aviation Nation to come and sit down with us. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you for having us.
Just real quick, tell us about how your weekend's been. From where you guys are standing up on the Air Boss stage, how's it looking to you?
Go ahead, Bobby.
Okay, first time I've been up on the Air Boss stage, it was just awesome. I've just been running around, checking on the troops, making sure people getting fed and water, and just taking care of people and thanking people, especially thanking our folks that are out here working.
And I haven't spent much time up there. Mine's up and down, but you talk about putting this on. We just have a great team. I got 2 great directors, one of ops, one of ground, and they just got an awesome team. So actually, the way I look at it, I have the easiest job. You know, I get to kiss the babies, hand out the coins, the patches. Occasionally, they'll let me work on something, you know, trash can, somebody dropped a cell phone in a porta potty, something like that, you know.
I bet those are things that actually happen, Dan.
They do.
It would not surprise me.
Yeah.
So you've been involved with this air show for a long time in many different capacities, dating back to a long time ago.
Yeah.
But what is it about Aviation Nation and Air Power in particular and putting on this event that really speaks to you?
Well, it gives us an opportunity to showcase not only what we do here at Nellis, which is a very diverse and fast-paced mission, and it's our opportunity, too, because all of us that are working at Nellis, we're also, you know, part of the community. And that's the biggest aspect of this. You know, we open up our doors, we were talking before, warmers. What the real reward is walking around the ramp and seeing the excitement in people's faces. Yesterday, I lost count how many of the kids were emulating, what the performers were doing. And as I told them, I go, you know, you did an awesome job yesterday flying, but, you know, you touched the lives of many people you will never meet and never talk to, and I just want you to know. And that's what it's all about, because we've got to spark that new airman to come out. And, in fact, a great example is General Nimoy, our 2-star Warfare Center commander. We were given a briefing about that, and he just kind of stopped everybody, and he goes, I want you to know I was that 8-year-old that went to an air show, and that's why I'm sitting here today. So that's why we do this, and that's why it's worth taking the time and everything to do this.
Dan and I were literally having that same conversation earlier as we're walking around. To me, and I think to Dan as well, when you've been to a few air shows, it's almost more fun to watch the crowd react, right? And it kind of like stirs it within you. And you've got such a supportive community here in the Vegas Valley. Ms. Oates, kind of speak directly to the kind of community support that you see around Nellis.
So a lot of the support is that we're out in the community, so I'm involved with a lot of veterans groups, and we're able to bring them onto the base because, you know, some of them retired a long time ago, and it's just nice for them to come back and, you know, bring back the memories. This morning I was driving down the flight line when it was just nice and quiet, because that's what I used to do, and it's just, you know, get into that little Zen mode. But just the community support to go out and have them come in. We had Resort Worlds come in on Friday and helped us with our barbecue that we do with our AFA and our river rats, and that they bring out people to help volunteer to help serve. You know, they donate funds, but then they bring out bodies, and a lot of them, they'd never been to an air show. Even some of the other vendors, like the gal from the Red Cross trailer, she'd never been to an air show. So to bring out some of those people, you know, from the VA hospital comes out, our American Legion, our VFW, our women veterans, all those people are here to support, to interact with the community, just to let them know, hey, we're here to support you. And also the community can see, what we're doing. And it's our big, to do this is our big thank you to the community, because we're part of the community, and a lot of people don't know, what my neighbor does. Oh, they work at Nellis. Okay, what's at Nellis? So this gives them an opportunity and the sponsors to come in and support us and to help us. And they want to do that. They want to, they want to support the military and the veterans in this community. And there's a big, strong support in Las Vegas for the veterans.
And obviously the support is not just from the community, but internally here, all the airmen and the leadership of all the units across the installation that support you. I think I already know the answer to this question, Bob, but I'm going to ask it anyway. When does planning for 2027 start?
So we will close out 25, and then the week of the 14th, we've already actually started doing the bar napkin for 27. And like we were talking about before, we've got some ideas that this is great, but we're going up about 3 levels up in 27.
Bigger and better.
Yes.
And I know the fans of Aviation Nation, there's a ton of them out there. If you look at some of the comments yesterday on the live stream and just people that came out, you have such a great fan base, Nation. And a lot of them were asking, it used to be later in the year. We moved it a little bit earlier. Can you kind of speak to that decision and then also tell us when the next one is going to be?
So in a nutshell, we were actually, you're right, our show is normally in November, the first weekend. But because of things that were going on in the world and whatnot, and also we had Formula One, we had NFR, and 2 major conventions going on. So we all in 22 kind of suffered. So leadership made a conscious decision, let's get off that weekend, because we want to support, as Bobby was saying, the community, because Formula One is a big thing. So we basically moved it to April, because it was in between everything else that we're doing here. And then we got hit with a deployment. And there was no way we were going to be able to do the show in 24. So we kicked it a year. And then no sooner did we do that than we got off the deployment, and so we just stuck with it and went with it. So, but as you mentioned, next in 27, we are going back to November 5, 6, 7, or 6 and 7 November of 27. Formula One has moved off in the weekend before Thanksgiving, so it's a win-win.
Absolutely. And Bobby, Mr. Jones was talking about how it'll be kind of a homecoming for the Thunderbirds. And the Thunderbirds travel all throughout the year, so it's nice to have that air show at the end of the year. You get to come home, play for your hometown crowd. But if you could just speak to why do we do air shows like this? If it's so much of a logistical lift, it's so hard to bring all these people out and have everybody work the weekends. Why are air shows important?
It's important for the community to know what the military does, because we're a mystery to them. And so this is our way to open our doors to say, this is what our people do. And it's not just flying. You've got Red Horse out here. You've got CE. You've got the munitions troops, the ground troops. You've got all these people, because everybody thinks of, the Air Force pilots. Well, there's a lot more than pilots. I was a maintainer, so there's a lot of things that we can let the community know our people are doing, the different career fields. On Thursday, we actually had AIM Day that we brought the kids out, and we had CE, we had transportation, medical, the security forces, defenders, all the different career fields were out here just to show these kids what we do. It's not just airplanes. And another thing too, we have our older airplanes. So our chapter, we own a replica of the Wright Flyer. So it's down by the kids zone. So, you can see where we first started to when you look at a 35. So, we've come a long way, and it's long. And it's just a lot of people, with the kids can sit on the flyer, take pictures, and they're just ecstatic. So.
Another aspect, though, I agree with what Bobby just said, but the flip side of that is with all the airmen and I use it with a capital A. They're in front of their piece of equipment or that. This is their opportunity to say, face-to-face with the community and the visitors, our guests, this is what I do in the Air Force. This is why I'm doing it in the Air Force. And they get a big kick out of that. So it's a win-win for everybody.
Yeah, and it shows their pride that this is my equipment, this is what I do, and to share what I do with the community. Yep. And the airmen are just all smiles, and just people ask them questions, and they're excited.
So I'm curious, so you've been doing this a while, and there's so many great acts to choose from. I'll start with you. What's the top military performance you like to see aircraft-wise? I'm just curious, because you've seen it all.
Well, okay, so Bobby mentioned she's a maintainer. I also, in my career, was a maintainer. But still, the F-22 demo still awes, because that thing aerodynamically does things that an aircraft is not supposed to do, but he does it and makes it look easy. So F-22.
All right.
Yeah, I'll have to go with that, but if I want to go back further, I have to go with my F4s.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Look, he already knew.
I know.
Yeah.
We were both F4s.
Yeah, we're both F4 fandom fixers, so yeah. But no, the 22 is just awesome. It's just amazing what it can do. It looks like it's just a leaf just falling out of the sky, and it's like, planes don't do that.
That's right.
From an air show director standpoint, how do you choose who you're going to include? So as you start work Nation 27, how do you kind of decide who gets to come out?
Good question. First of all, we do a hot wash. We'll do a hot wash on 25. Not only ground stuff, what went right, but how did the acts do? We look at social media and that. So we kind of look at that. I guess kind of a teaser for 27. We already kind of have a concept of what we want to do. We are really leaning towards, since it's the 80th anniversary of the Air Force, we are leaning no civilian acts. We are going to have all commemorative Air Force, World War II. We got a couple of units that have the old biplanes. Get those in. I'm trying to talk Bobby and her crew into getting the 1905 version of the Wright Flyer flying again. That runs on a Harley Davidson engine.
Yeah.
Okay, but I will tell you, open kimono here is there is not enough alcohol to put me in the front seat to fly that thing. All right, but it has flown. Yeah. So right now we're leaning towards all warbirds, and then bringing in as many of the modern fighters, and not just the Air Force, because as you all know, the Air Force doesn't do this alone. We're a joint fighting force, so we're going to bring in, just like we did here with the F-18, and we'll bring in some of those, because if you look at the pecking order of what the audience likes, it's the current Air Force stuff. Number 2 is the warbirds, and then the skips and flips and all that. So we're going with 1 and 2, and that's all I'm going to say.
All right, I think I feel like I need to put a request in then. The F-35, the variant that goes up and down to take off.
The STOL version.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the Marines.
I'm just putting in a request, if possible, putting on the wish list.
It kind of tears up the asphalt and stuff when it takes off like that, so we've got to be careful for FOD.
All right. No,
Dan, this isn't a request show.
Wet blanket.
We are guests at the home of the fighter pilot.
Go ahead and ask.
Actually, we laugh about that, but my director of ops, Trey Hamilton, we were trying to go after F-35 because we didn't get the F-35 demo team. And so we were going for the STOL to do it just because the people around here see the F-35 all the time. But to show them, hey, there's something that goes straight up and then we'll go, it's something a little different. That's why we're doing all. But, hey, real world operations.
Yep.
That's why you don't see a lot of the heavies out here is because we lost them last week to real world ops. And so.
Mission first.
Yeah, well, then we adjust. That's how we do it. So.
And that's another thing that's community to understand, people asking, where are the heavies, the bombers. They're doing real world missions. We do air shows, but we're working 24/7, 365, and that's what happens. And when mission comes up, you got to go and do it. That's what we get paid to do, and that's why we do what we do.
Yep. Exactly.
Definitely. And thank you both so much for everything that you do for Aviation Nation. You both served. Thank you so much for your service, and thank you so much for coming by today. Broadcasting live here at Aviation Nation 2025. Just one more act to go, and we'll be back.
Final day of 2025 Aviation Nation Air Show, and it is time, Caitlin, for America's Ambassadors in Blue, the Thunderbirds. Let's throw it out. Enjoy the show.
We are the warriors of the 21st century, a noble symbol of freedom and a tireless pursuit of excellence, an everlasting legacy of pride, precision, and professionalism of all airmen of the United States Air Force. Since 1953, we have demonstrated the most advanced and respected air power in the world, the pinnacle of teamwork and dedication of the world's most elite force in air, space, and cyberspace. We are first, last, and always a fighter squadron. Our maintenance professionals can transform our jets to be combat ready in 72 hours, to provide the protection under which our democracy operates. Today, you will witness the unparalleled teamwork, aerial precision, and raw power employed in combat. unbelievable attention to detail demands the ultimate commitment from the whole squadron to achieve their best. At 500 miles per hour and formations 18 inches apart, and at times only 150 feet off the ground, the sound of freedom is not just heard, but felt. Our lineage of military jets and frontline fighters have always proudly displayed our colors. Red for courage, white for truth, blue for justice. Distinguished names that echo down the halls of aviation history. Thunderjet, Super Sabre, Thunder Chief, Phantom, Talon, and today's F-16 Fighting Falcon, also known as the Viper. In the spirit of its namesake, the F-16 can soar to 50,000 feet. Climbing 30,000 feet per minute, it is capable of Mach 2 or 1,500 miles per hour and maneuvers at 9 times the force of gravity. From our fabled past to today's ambassadors in blue, we seek to be the best of the best in our critical mission. Recruit, retain, and inspire the long blue line of yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We are the premier air demonstration squadron of the United States Air Force. We are 130 of the finest airmen together to exhibit the capability and uncontested air dominance of the United States Air Force. Anywhere, anytime. We are the Thunderbirds.
Thunderbirds, check. 2, 4, 5, 6. Thunderbirds, search 1, ready now. Canopies down, ready now.
Crystal Jimenez, Thunderbird 12, the team's public affairs officer and today's narrator from Claremont, California. It's great to be here at Nellis, and today I want to tell you about the Thunderbird mission, a demonstration of teamwork, dedication, and professionalism that mirrors that of your Air Force active duty, Guard, and Reserve personnel deployed around the globe. As our Thunderbirds taxi out to begin today's demonstration, the Thunderbird crew chiefs are already preparing for their recovery. Let's watch as they demonstrate the same level of precision on the ground that you were about to witness in the sky. The Thunderbird team is comprised of proud professionals who are motivated by a passion for service and a commitment to excellence. It all started in 1953 with the F-84 Thunderjet. In just 6 days, the first Thunderbird team crafted a demonstration that would shape the future of military jet demonstration teams for years to come. The Thunderbirds became the first supersonic jet demo team in 1956 with the transition to the F-100 Super Sabre. In the early years, flying at supersonic speeds and creating a sonic boom was an accepted way to begin the demonstration. While supersonic flight is now prohibited, the Thunderbird tradition of showcasing America's frontline fighter aircraft and representing the pride, precision, and professionalism of all of our 695,000 airmen continues today with the current team. With 31 different Air Force career fields, this team is a diverse group of exceptional airmen from all across this great nation who have committed to a mission greater than themselves. Each Thunderbird is filled with an intense passion, a sense of pride and purpose that represents the agile combat capability of your United States Air Force. Thunderbirds have been showing Americans what our Air Force can do for over the past 72 years. Since 1953, not a single demonstration has been canceled due to a maintenance problem. Please join me in thanking the true heroes of our team and of the United States Air Force our maintenance and support professionals. Right now, the pilots are completing some pre-flight checks at the end of the runway, and once they are ready, they'll take to the skies. Soon you will hear Thunderbird 1 command the pilots to run up their engines as they accelerate down the runway from your right to your left. Lieutenant Colonel Malafa will then demonstrate the superior thrust-to-weight ratio of the F-16 by immediately pulling the noses up into the vertical, performing the diamond loop on takeoff. Following the diamond takeoff, our solo pilots will perform the mayhem takeoff. Thunderbird 6 will take off in maximum afterburner from your right to your left and execute an immediate 360-degree aileron roll at low altitude. Thunderbird 5 will then take off from your left to your right, immediately pull 60 degrees into the vertical and perform a split S, reversing his direction while still over the runway. Hang tight while we get ready to fire on up.
Thunderbird 1 is ready for takeoff. Runway 3 left.
Boss, winds variable at 6 knots. You are cleared for takeoff. Runway 3 left. It's showtime!
Thunderbird 1 is clear for takeoff. Runway 3 left. Thunderbirds, let's run them up. Stand by. Smoke. Smoke ready now. Smoke up ready now. Thunderbirds, release brakes ready now. Burners now.
as America's ambassadors in blue open with a tribute to the greatest nation on earth, America's own, your 2025 United States Air Force Air Demonstration Squadron from Nellis Air Force Base in Las Vegas, Nevada, led by Lieutenant Colonel Nathan Malafa, and known to all the world as the Thunderbird. In 1954, the first solo pilot made their debut on the Thunderbirds, and in 1962, the opposing solo was added. Now, check 6 and welcome our current solo pilots, Thunderbird 5 and Thunderbird 6, as they approach from behind and overhead for the ever-inspiring crossover break. Have your cameras ready for a picture of formation flying at its finest. As the diamond is approaching from the right at a mere 18 inches apart from wingtip to canopy for your 2025 Diamond Pass and Review. From your left as Thunderbird 5 displays the historic emblem on the bottom of his aircraft with the knife edge pass. The original Thunderbird Diamond was led by Major Dick Catledge with twin captains Buck and Bill Patillo as wingman and Captain Kanaga as the slot pilot. Now look ahead and on your left as the current Thunderbird Diamond maintains precise formation position in the Diamond Roll. As we fly for you today, we are proud to represent America's Air Force. We're the most lethal Air Force on the planet. Now look back to the right and find Thunderbirds 5 and 6 teamed up this time to create a mirror image in their trademark, Calypso Pass. Ladies and gentlemen, the diamond is approaching from over your left shoulder in the tight echelon formation. Watch as 1 becomes 3 with the echelon pass in review. Sneaking up on you with the sound of freedom. Now, from your left, watch as Thunderbird 5 maintains level flight while performing the challenging slow roll. From the right, Major Shoal will demonstrate the extraordinary roll performance of the F-16 with 4 consecutive aileron rolls at low altitude. Approaching from the right. This is a rare opportunity to go inside the cockpit as Thunderbird 1 commands the 3 Diamond pilots to perform simultaneous aileron rolls in close formation.
Smoke off, ready now, and roll.
From your right, Major Downey, and from your left, Major Shoal, inbound for show center at a closing speed of over 1,000 miles per hour. Before passing, they'll bank sharply, narrowly avoiding each other for the opposing knife edge pass. Approaching ahead and on your left, the Thunderbirds are in the challenging trail formation, with each wingman flying just a few feet from the aircraft in front of them. On command, watch as they smoothly transition back to the Thunderbird Diamond formation. Our 2 solo pilots have positioned themselves on opposite ends of the show line to cross at show center with the inverted pass. A difficult maneuver made even more challenging since Thunderbird 5 is approaching upside down. From directly in front, Thunderbirds 1 through 3 will pull straight up into the vertical and trail formation. Emerging from the smoke, you will see the Thunderbirds have skillfully transformed back to the Thunderbird Diamond formation. While the maneuvers you are watching today are in tight formation and at low altitude, they require the same level of concentration and discipline that every Air Force pilot must employ. Whether flying combat missions over hostile territory or flying in support of humanitarian efforts in adverse conditions. Now, watch as Thunderbird 5 completes his rejoin with the Diamond. The low bomb burst. Surprise as he approached supersonic speeds. And while supersonic speeds are critical in chasing down the enemy, slow speed handling is just as important in aerial combat. From the right, find Major Shoal, low and slow. Now watch as Thunderbird 5 completes his rejoin with the diamond to the right as this familiar formation approaches to perform the 4-card loop. Major Shoal will demonstrate the exceptional performance of the F-16. He climbs 3 miles straight. Ladies and gentlemen, the Thunderbirds would like to dedicate this next pass to all the families here today whose loved ones are deployed around the globe in the defense of our freedoms. Major Shoal, Thunderbird 6 demonstrates the raw power and tight turn performance of the F-16 with a maximum performance turn followed by a half Cuban 8. For precision flying under G and feel the power of the Diamond Burner 360. As our 2 solo pilots, Thunderbirds 5 and 6, rejoin with the Diamond to form the Thunderbird Wedge formation, we'd like to take a moment to honor those veterans in the crowd today whose service and sacrifice have given us the freedoms that we so greatly cherish. Colonel Malapa will now reposition the wedge formation for the wedge roll. As you take time to watch the precision required to maneuver 5 F-16s as one formation, let that serve as a reminder of not just the teamwork, but also the dedication and commitment that makes our team and the United States Air Force the most capable and credible force on the planet. Soars above, we are proud to represent the 68,000 airmen who are deployed around the world. While our airmen, guardians, soldiers, sailors, coasties, and Marines risk their lives every day to fight for democracy, it is the families that stay behind who are the silent heroes of our military. Their sacrifices do not go unrecognized, and we thank every mom, dad, wife, husband, son, and daughter who support their deployed military member each day as they fight to keep our country the land of the free and the home of the brave. Now, from your right, watch the formation of 5 F-16s precisely maneuver, showcasing teamwork at its finest for the wedge formation loop. wedge repositions for the wedge burst. The flying skill and grace you see evolves from over 72 years of technical training and thousands of hours of practice and employment. Every airman who wears the Thunderbird uniform is a military member first, highly trained in a professional Air Force skill. As airmen first, Thunderbirds use years of on-the-job training to provide consistent and credible global vigilance, global reach, and global power, giving a critical edge to today's joint war fighting and coalition teams. Wherever they have been before and wherever they go after their time on the team, the Thunderbirds are airmen first and airmen always, faithfully and professionally representing their brothers and sisters in arms who are providing unrivaled air, space, and cyber dominance around the globe. Approaching from directly in front, your 2025 Thunderbirds and the inspirational wedge burst. Are approaching for their final high-speed head-on pass. As they cross at show center, watch for them to climb sharply, then reverse course in a split-S maneuver to cross again with a knife-edge pass. Let's go inside the cockpit and listen as they execute this breathtaking maneuver.
Solo, ready, hit it. 60310. 5 on top, 62295 is on the line. Gotcha, 5. Solo, ready, hit it. Roll out. And pull.
Ladies and gentlemen, no other maneuver is more closely associated with the Thunderbirds than the one you're about to see. Look to your left as the Diamond approaches to perform the high bomb burst. As your Thunderbirds prepare to land, we hope you have found today's performance inspirational. It is the culmination of hundreds of hours of training and preparation, representing the unparalleled devotion to duty of every combat airman in your Air Force. We encourage those young people in the audience today to dream big, choose integrity, to serve their communities and families, and surround themselves with excellence. F-16s come into land, we'd like to thank you for your continued support of the United States military and the Air Force. It has been our great honor to represent America's airmen with our performance today. The Thunderbird officers and enlisted representatives are planning on coming forward to sign some autographs and talk about the great opportunities that exist in today's Air Force. This will take place along the crowd line directly in front of the jets. We hope you'll stick around, give us the opportunity to meet you, sign some autographs, take some selfies, and let us answer any questions you may have about serving this great nation. Please visit us at airforce.com/Thunderbirds or follow us on social media at AF Thunderbirds. And now, I would like to take some time to recognize some of the men and women who made it happen. It is my pleasure to introduce to you an important group that represents all of our Thunderbird enlisted professionals. In the center is our line chief from Chicago, Illinois, Technical Sergeant Ronald Scala. Crew Chief Thunderbird 1 from Forest Falls, California, Staff Sergeant Ian Hauser. Assistant Crew Chief Thunderbird 1 from Sidra, Puerto Rico, Staff Sergeant Jonathan Torres Zayas. Crew Chief Thunderbird 2 from Bolivar, Ohio, Staff Sergeant Tiffany Mosier. Assistant Crew Chief Thunderbird 2 from El Paso, Texas, Staff Sergeant Ureli Vega. Crew Chief Thunderbird 4 from Peoria, Illinois, Senior Airman William Dominick. Assistant Crew Chief Thunderbird 4 from Garden Grove, California, Staff Sergeant Eloy Lycona. Crew Chief Thunderbird 5 from Las Vegas, Nevada, Staff Sergeant Aaliyah Wyrick. Assistant Crew Chief Thunderbird 5 from Charlotte, North Carolina, Staff Sergeant Jordan Hutcherson. Crew Chief Thunderbird 6 from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Staff Sergeant Elquan Harris. Assistant Crew Chief Thunderbird 6 from Dallas, Georgia, Staff Sergeant Justin Widener. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now my pleasure to introduce to you some of the airmen on the ground that have brought the entire show together by providing impressive filming, music, communications, and logistics. Located at our communications trailer, otherwise known as Judy, please help me recognize our Chief Enlisted Manager from Cleveland, Ohio, Chief Master Sergeant.
Amazing. I love it. Thunderbirds, home of the fighter pilot, Nellis Air Force Base, Aviation Nation 2025. Dan, how are you feeling?
That was great, as always. I mean, they put on a show, and that's what they do, and they're ready, they're lethal, and that's what we saw this weekend, and it was just a lot of fun. Hopefully that the community, anybody that came out, took that away because it was on full display this weekend.
Just the embodiment of the warrior ethos. That is what the Thunderbirds represents. That is what the 57th Wing here at Nellis represents. All of our guests that we had throughout this weekend were absolutely incredible. So gotta thank everybody that stopped by the show, and also everybody that didn't stop by the show that was working Aviation Nation this weekend. I mean, you talk to the former defender in Dan Hawkins. You've got cops out here making sure everybody is safe, medical personnel, just everybody here at Nellis Air Force Base that made this event an absolute success.
Well, I couldn't have done it without you, partner, so it was a lot of fun.
Absolutely. I love it so much. I will come out anytime, and when we're talking about partners and just stellar performances, we've got to talk about the 2nd Audio-Visual Squadron out of Hill Air Force Base, Utah, giving you all the great pictures. So many crew members, cameramen, comm guys, sound guys, everybody here making this production work. And we went all over the country, which is kind of cool.
Kind of cool. And that's going to wrap up our coverage for this 2025 Aviation Nation Air Show from Las Vegas, Nevada. So for my partner, Caitlin Jones-Martin, our entire second audiovisual squadron crew, our director, Adam White, and producer, JT Fairley, that's going to do it from Vegas. So long. Good night.